Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Dropped Baby Podcast, episode 002. Is this 02? I don't know. It's whatever the fuck we decide it's gonna be. So,
Why do you sound like such a faggot?
I mean, it's in my nature.
Oh, yes, that makes sense. The nature of Jake.
Aren't we all a little gay?
Yeah, I mean, dude.
I mean, especially those people that gay bash. I mean, they're really a little gay.
I mean, I gay bash all the time, and I'm bi, so yeah,
It checks out.
checks out.
Checks out. That's scientific
Loco.
evidence.
Loco.
Hey, yeah, he won't admit it, but yeah, that's for sure.
Dude, Loco says some of the most homosexual things, and then does not understand what he just said, and he's so oblivious to it.
Just what, guys?
What, guys?
What? Just because I said I was gonna bruise my knees, pleasing 500 men doesn't really allude to anything sexual if you think about it.
Just because I said I was gonna blow my load on your face doesn't mean I really did.
Just got nice tits is all I'm saying.
Oh, man. Alright, so what have you really been up to? Like, I mean, me and you have not hung out in a fat fucking minute, so fill me in on the happenings of Jake.
I haven't showered in days.
I can smell.
Okay, alright. So, like, when your swamp balls get so bad that, like, you really feel like you need to wash your hands after you pull out your dick to take a piss, because now your hands smell like your swamp dick, and you're just like, wow, man, like, Corona taught me to wash my hands, but, like, sometimes you'll still skip on it, but, like, you really can't sometimes when you pull out your dick, and you're just like, woo! Smells worse than my pee.
Dude, I get it. Sometimes I pull out my balls and Shrek yells, "What are y'all doing in my swamp?" And I'm like, this is not a good time.
I'm making waffles.
That's really the only response you can have.
So that's been my Corona experience, at least. For a short amount of time. I've been secluding myself. I've been going actually into self-isolation, not out of any medical worry, just more out of depression.
I mean, this isolation hasn't changed anything. I'm still wandering the streets drunk because I'm trying to escape the cruel reality that I live in. But yeah, dude, Corona time.
Yeah, Corona time.
Bars are open.
The bars are open again. I thought, I really thought that I was going to get contacted by some people being like, hey, let's go to the bar. And
I did offer to buy us.
Well, I mean, yeah, you did, but like, I know like the bouncers and shit over at the bar.
Right.
Like I thought they were gonna be like, bro, we're open again, come kick it. And instead, I find out by going to the gas station across the street and like, what are all those cars doing there? Why wasn't I invited?
Do you feel like you just got stood up by like
the whole world? The whole world. I got stood up by like the whole neighborhood. And
so you're saying like
it's very hurtful.
The bar is essentially the cute blonde that stood you up circa 2014.
All right, she wasn't that cute.
I mean, yeah.
And
I guess you're right.
I mean, she did stand me
Look,
up.
I'm just saying, man, and it was 2014. You should have came with a lot more, swag was on their age. Should have had a YOLO hat. Instead, you were rocking an ICP shirt.
Yeah, I mean,
the bugs on my nugs.
I'm counterculture.
I get your counterculture, but no woman wants to sleep with a man whose favorite song is about crabs.
That's
not true, I know.
Yeah, that's not true.
I'm getting slept with constantly, but still.
Yeah, you do. You are fond of that song.
I am fond of any song that involves the word scrotum, nuts, balls, testicles, and genie.
What about bag?
Nah, bags are bad, dude.
Oh. Alright, so you just want to hear about the individual nuts, not the bag that they reside in.
I don't want to hear about the bag of nuts.
Right, because that's gay.
But if it was
that's gay.
That's gay, yeah, that's gay. But if it was a sack of nuts, now I'm thinking more nutcracker, that's some high-class ballerina type shit.
Yeah, I mean, you can do that on Christmas.
What? Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, the nutcracker man just got a big old bag of nuts, bring it to your family. He's the new Santa Claus. He'll come right down your chimney, but not in the normal sense.
What do you?
He's trying to put out your fire.
What do you call? What is it called when you got nuts on the wall?
Walnuts.
What's it called when you got nuts on your chest?
Chestnuts.
What's it called when you got nuts on your chin?
A good fucking time.
A dick in your mouth. But yeah, same thing, really.
All right. Moving on. Slowly but surely moving on. Fuck, where did I save that file?
Well, I mean...
Empty air.
Oh, no. It's right there, man. Pod.
Okay, there it is.
Remember that song that Pod made where it's like, click, click, boom, that was Saliva. I fucking
Yeah,
lied.
I was gonna say that's not Pod.
No, what was Pod? Youth of, were they Youth of a Nation?
Dude, I hate that song. So if it is
Pod,
fuck
you,
then
Pod.
Yeah, then fuck him.
Fuck you, Pod.
Dude,
Come at me with
all right.
Christian rock.
I do want to say this because this shit pisses me off, and I love Marilyn Manson, but he's done it too with his song "Disposable Teens." All right, I'm so sick of these people that like these bands where like the lead singer, who is usually the main lyric writer, makes some song that like tries to group themselves in with like teenagers, like we're disposable teens. Like no Marilyn Manson, you're a 30-year-old fucking drugged up rock star. You are not a disposable fucking teen. You are not Pod. You are not the youth of the fucking nation. You're some old fuck who probably bought a fidget spinner because your granddaughter gave you one. Because you're that old. You have a granddaughter.
Youth of a Nation's about a school shooting.
I don't care what it's about.
Yeah, fuck it.
He should have been... Okay, I love songs about school shootings, alright? They're my bread and butter. I love that shit. And you know what? That song, it's not good. It's not fucking good. In fact, until you just said it's about a school shooting, I didn't know. Guess what? That means your song fucking failed. Alright? If you have a concept and you don't convey that to the audience, then your song has failed. You know what's a good school shooting song? Fuck, what was it?
Pumped Up Kicks by the
Anatomy of a School Shooting by I believe it was Ill Bill. Like that's a great fucking school shooter song. I know several of them. School with Apathy. Dude, that's a fucking great one. Low Key, High School, another great fucking school shooting song. I know all of them. So if Youth of the Nation was about
Jeremy, Pearl Jam.
I actually haven't heard that one. Pearl Jam always just sounded soft. I never looked into that.
Pearl Jam sounds soft.
It sounded like something I wouldn't be into. Like
I mean, you like grunge? You were.
Yeah, I mean,
Pearl Jam is grunge. I mean,
I'm not gonna lie. I never gave them a chance. I heard the name and I was like, Pearl Jam.
Okay, yeah. So it's kind of like hearing Insane Clown Posse and going, "Oh, I don't want to smoke jizz."
Pretty, yeah.
Oh, dude.
I mean, about accurate. I mean, maybe just I don't want to smoke meth. I mean,
yeah, definitely don't want to do that. Now, maybe I would sing in a bedtime story. I'm at that.
You want to explain that connection? How you just jumped to that one?
Dude, if I had to explain everything I said, do you think I'd make it as far as I have? Why don't you explain yourself?
Oh, explain myself.
Explain yourself.
What about myself?
Explain yourself. Why are you jumping at me? Huh?
I've just been going through a hard time.
I want evidence.
Don't talk about evidence. That's not our shtick.
You know it is my shtick.
Dick.
I do have a shtick. So, like, I'm a big wrestling fan. And I know, we bond over mutual. When was, honestly, the last time you started watching?
The last time I actually seriously watched wrestling was about, I was in 8th grade.
So, yeah, everyone in middle school did.
Right,
Raw t-shirts were wild and...
Oh, yeah.
WWE, fucking Undertaker,
I mean, I bought those UFC shirts, you know what I mean?
The tap-out ones
Yeah, but I mean, I was definitely, into wrestling. Yeah. Now, you want to know something shameful? I loved John Cena. See, I was stupid.
Okay,
I was stupid.
No. Here's the thing. I don't know the exact year, but I would say, honestly, you said you were 8th grade?
Yeah, let me tell you this.
It wasn't bad to like John Cena back then.
Well, I can tell you what was going on in wrestling when I was watching.
Okay, yeah, that'll help me better.
Do you remember Nexus?
Yeah.
that was like
yeah,
when
that's
I was
right
watching.
around the time John Cena. That's when I would say
That's-
most people fell off the John Cena band.
Right, I liked him less and less the more I watched wrestling, but I would say I probably watched only for about a year, and like we had just gotten whatever our equivalent of TiVo was. You know, we could record shows that we weren't there for. I didn't even know about SmackDown. Like, I was such a novice to wrestling. I only knew about Monday Night Raw. So I always recorded that one. But I would get shit from my whole family every time I wanted to fucking watch it, dude. Like, because our TV was in the living room. And whenever I was in 8th grade. I had a bedtime. Yeah, I mean, like, obviously they couldn't force me to sleep. I would stay up anyway. But there was a point I had to just go to my room where I did not have a TV and fuck off. Yeah. And so whenever it was community time, you know, I lived with my mom and at best one sister. Sometimes there was two sisters there.
Yeah.
So turning on wrestling was always a fucking hassle because all I ever heard was, "No, it's fake, right? This is stupid. This,
okay. So like,
you know what I mean?" And they'd go on and on. And to be fair, there was a while where I denied that wrestling was fake. I was stupid. I was stupid.
All fans eventually smart up, as they say in the business. Smart up. We are all marks at some point. And yeah, I mean, I don't like...
I was a little old, though. I was a little old to still be you know, like...
I was like 12 when I finally realized.
I mean, yeah, I guess I was only like a year past you, but I mean... Yeah. I also didn't grow up watching wrestling. I started watching it at that point, and I really should have seen. I mean, the fact that they stomp every time they punch someone is that's a big tell.
Well, here's my thing. I mean, granted, I heard about wrestling being fake, but like I was the hardcore. It's not fake, guys.
Right, same. But I was like, look, he's bleeding.
But like,
you can't fake blood.
Here's the thing with wrestling now, because like. Back in the day when it was, you know, protected, carny, kayfabe.
Right.
They would, like, the bad guy and the good guy would not be seen together. Not like nowadays, at least, where, like...
Right, they'll still have photo shoots together where, like, they're walking, talking to fans, like, oh, we're all buddy, but I'm
gonna beat him up this Sunday.
But I fucked his wife.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Like,
see, and I really do have, like, some totally undeserved... and unwarranted nostalgia for like the Attitude Era.
I mean, yeah.
Because I never watched it at the time. Obviously, I'm not old enough to have really watched it when it was in its prime. Because like I said, I started watching wrestling in like 7th grade, and it went over to like 8th grade. And but just looking back in that time, I spent a lot of time on YouTube going back and looking at old wrestling, and oh man, oh brother.
Yeah, dude. No, like, did you always? When you watch wrestling as a kid, obviously as kids, you know, we like the wrestling part, but we're also, like, really invested in the story. Like, why?
Obviously. That's why you watch it week by week. That's why I TiVo'd the shit.
Yeah, but then, as I have grown older, and now I am a seasoned 23-plus year wrestling fan. I am only 23 years old. I have been alive for my 4th birthday party, dude. I shit you not, was a WWE-themed birthday party. I had The Rock. I was 4. I had The Rock on a balloon. But guess where I held this bitch? Chuck E. Cheese. Ain't nobody as cool to have a WWE party in the Attitude Era.
Oh man.
Like, I mean, come on.
That is some pimp shit.
Like,
dude, oh man. All the kids must have been jelly. Oh, them WWE fucking balloons.
Dude.
Chuck E. Cheese, man. Cardboard pizza. Piss tunnels, bro. Overpriced games you can't win, man. Sign me up.
But, like, you know, so I've always been a wrestling fan. And then I would say, honestly, around high school. Around the same time you started dropping off is... Like, yeah, my dad's a fan.
I left it behind before high school because in between 8th grade...
Well, so did I.
Well, the thing is, in between 8th grade and high school, I got a girlfriend and started getting poon all the time. And then I didn't care. I didn't give a fuck.
Yeah, it was like, I lost my virginity. I'm like, I don't watch two sweaty guys wrestle around. And then, you know, I've lost my virginity quite a lot of times now. And now it's like, man, show me some sweaty men.
Right, like, if I wanted to see two sweaty guys wrestling around, I would have just put a mirror up while I was fucking this bitch.
If I wanted to see two sweaty men wrestling around, I would have just asked Loco to describe a dream.
Can't see that, though.
I mean, I can imagine pretty well.
Well, then I guess you could see two sweaty guys wrestling around whenever
I remember you just said we were talking about it being fake, and I hate that terminology. I do.
It's not fake. It's acting.
They're beaten.
Like, I mean, that would be like if you watched Inception and you're like, that's fake.
Yeah.
That didn't,
like,
know that didn't actually happen, right? Like, no fucking shit. Like,
but dude, like, think about it.
It is kind of like Santa Claus-esque where you're supposed to believe it. It's about your suspension of disbelief. Suspension of disbelief.
For
exactly.
anybody out there that is going to sit here and continue to shit on anyone that loves pro wrestling, there is this one video called Wrestling Isn't Wrestling, and you will understand everything. Because we know it's not fucking real.
Right, I mean, honestly...
We don't watch Game of Thrones because we're like, oh yeah, dragons are real, bro.
You know what's even worse than people that think wrestling is real? The people that won't shut the fuck up about wrestling not being real. It's like you don't have anything better to do. Like, yeah, everyone who needs to know wrestling is fake knows. The only people that don't are fucking kids. So what you're really doing is going around trying to tell kids like Santa ain't real, you fucking bitches. The Earth is flat. Bush did 9/11. Like, Santa ain't real, and wrestling is fucking fake. Like, fuck you. Like, stop trying to drop your truth bombs on some fucking 12-year-old that just got home from school, probably fucking bullied or some shit because they like watching 2 men in tights fucking roll around and just wants to choke slam their bullies, and then you're just like, haha, you know it's fake, right? No one, the good guys never choke slam the bad guys, and then those kids go do school shootings, and it's all your fault.
I love how you tie it around. I'm just saying, dude. People who say wrestling is fake and have to bring that up because someone likes wrestling, and they're like, oh, why? Because it's fake. You're essentially just as good as a Christian person saying, don't play Doom, there's demons in it. Like, fuck you. Fuck you and your opinion. Fuck you and everything you stand for. And if you want to fight me, my address is 6418 Suck My Nut Drive. Fuck you. You ain't coming to my house, cause wrestling, you don't like wrestling, you ain't welcome in this house.
You ain't stepping in the ring with me. You think wrestling's fake? You meet me behind those ropes and I'll choke slam you and teabag your corpse.
Dude, you're right. I know it's your Macho Man impression, but...
No, I was just going for generic wrestling.
Generic? Yo, that's
perfect. My Macho Man's more like... Oh yeah!
I mean, there was not much.
Yeah, no, that wasn't. Yeah,
I guess
that wasn't
technically Macho Man is generic. No, he's really. I mean, he is. He's the one they go and quote when you don't know a wrestler. You're like, oh yeah, and then for some reason you want to.
People throw in brother. With that same voice.
As if they're the same person.
Yeah, even though they had rivalry. Didn't they have rivalry?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
They were a tag team, and then Macho Man was like, "Hey, Hulk Hogan, are you banging my wife?" And Hulk Hogan's like, "Nope." And Macho Man's like, "Fuck you, dude. I'm gonna bang my wife harder than you did." And then they started fighting.
Right here in the ring, you'll see.
Attitude Era. That's the kind of shit I want to see. I want to see Macho Man.
You want to get cucked, Hulk? I'll show you a fucking cuck. You fuck my wife in the ring, and I'll stand behind the curtain and watch. I won't even care.
Dude, I'm just saying wrestling.
'Cause I'm a macho man.
You remember when he was the Macho King?
I actually don't. I don't remember
good.
That. But, question from any era.
Mm-hmm.
Most underrated wrestler.
Mick Foley.
Mick Foley.
Mick Foley. He was Mankind. He was Dude Love. He was Cactus Jack.
I don't feel like he's underrated though.
In a way, dude. Think about it. Like,
I mean, in a way, he played. I mean, he did a lot.
As a kid, when you saw the Hell in a Cell match, what do you think was the most badass part about Mick? Like, who did you think was the most badass? Obviously,
Undertaker.
Yeah, you're like, oh, that guy just threw someone off the cell.
Right.
Like, you're like, oh, go Taker. This motherfucker fell 16 feet and damn near died and has a missing ear. His ear got ripped off from ropes.
I mean, true. He did. He went hard in the paint. He was very about his shit.
He cannot tie his shoes.
Yeah, but I mean that shit is actually very rampant in the wrestling community. The injuries, because they're all taken in as freelancers. They're not actually employees of the WWE, so they don't have to give them medical insurance. So that's why a lot of these wrestlers retire very young and shit because they get all these injuries because they're not actually covered by anything. Hang on.
Hold on. Let me explain why I say he's underrated, though.
Okay. All
because
right.
He's a big deal, but everyone wants to give him credit for yeah, he went through hell. Oh, yeah, he hurt himself. He put his body on the line. He had heart.
I mean, he was a good wrestler, too. I mean,
but
he was talented.
He was a brawler. Like, granted, while he's not the most technically finesse, like doing flips around the ring or all this,
No, but he was good. He was good at his craft.
Good at his craft. He made you believe this was an all-out real fight. Look at him
Right.
and Terry Funk. Dude.
Oh yeah, he plays a good heel. And he plays a good heel. And a lot of people tend to, you know, when they think of wrestlers and they're like, "Ooh, who's your favorite wrestler?" A lot of people don't take into account the actual craft of wrestling, and they're just like, "Oh no, that guy was an asshole. Why would you like him?" And it's like, because he played his part well. Like you gotta admire a good heel. Like CM Punk, he was a great heel.
Yeah.
You know? Wasn't he in Nexus? Wasn't
he? Oh my God! That was such a stupid angle. Yeah, he ended up being the leader of Nexus.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, with his slick back hair, always looked like a douche. Yeah. No, okay. So my most underrated wrestler, Iron Sheik.
Ooh, the Iron Sheik is not overrated.
I said underrated.
Oh, underrated. Yeah, I mean, he's not under... I mean, people love Sheik. Then again, people love Sheik for fucking clips like him saying...
I'm gonna fuck your ass and make you humble.
Yeah, like, dude, he said some fucking crazy shit.
I mean, that's one of the reasons I love him.
But if you wanna, like...
He's not a bad wrestler. Now, he's not the best, but I also like the era he was in, you know? You know, we're going on a long time about wrestling.
I mean, this is the wrestling podcast.
That's
the theme for this one, I guess.
Dude, people are going to hate us.
Yeah.
No one's going to listen to
this. Dude, all I'm seeing right now is already the comments. You guys know wrestling's fake, right? And then we'll have to bullshit back around in the comments.
Whoa, hang on. You see comments?
Yes.
Oh, man.
Dude.
You're way ahead. You think we're going to have people listen to us.
Dude, these shrooms. I'm seeing so much shit.
I wish.
Yeah.
All right, where are we at now? We're just over 20 minutes. I feel like this has been terrible. Honestly.
I feel like it's... Let's stop it and listen.
All right. Well, goodbye, everyone.